Hey, it's Dr. Tartt, and I want to talk to you about trauma in relationships. I was dating this young lady in graduate school. All right. We've been rolling heavy for about 3 or 4 months. And I was trying to study. She was over my house, over my apartment. I said, babe, can you just please turn the radio down? I'm trying to study. And she said, don't ever come for me like that. I mean, she had this look in her eyes. I mean, I saw like the veins in her neck. She started to ball up her fist and said, you're not my daddy. You don't tell me what to do. Don't ever tell me what to do. And I was looking like, dang, I just really wanted you to turn the radio down. I don't want to be your daddy. Not like that. I think you're tripping, right? And it led to us having a very serious conversation about trauma in her relationships and how someone asking her to do something. And I probably said, turn the radio down versus saying, can you turn the radio down? But even that wasn't worth the response that she gave me. And we had to talk about, have you ever been there? I mean, have you ever felt like you had to walk on eggshells with someone in your family, in your marriage, in your relationship, at work? Have you been that person where you feel like your own body is out of whack, where you can't even control your own emotions? One minute you're cool, one minute you're up, one minute you're shutting down. If that's you, don't worry, we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about what's happening. So let's talk about trauma. So trauma impacts your nervous system. All right. And if we go back to just high school, remember the sympathetic nervous system is the flight or fight response, right? So it tells you whether there's a threat or not, right? So if a bear is coming, that sympathetic nervous system is going to come in and say threat, and it's going to pump adrenaline and blood into your body, cortisol, all those things that you need to be able to survive. You ever fought and you fought in a fight and you were fighting for like a minute and then 30 seconds later you were tired? That's because that sympathetic nervous system was kicking in. You didn't feel getting punched, kicked. You didn't feel any of that stuff because all your body was reacting to make sure that you survive. That there, it's adaptive. But sometimes people just telling us to change, or someone questioning how good of a lover we are, or someone who's maybe raises their eyebrows or rolls their neck or looks at the cell phone when they're talking to us is enough to trigger us, especially if we've had past traumas where people have literally caused bodily or emotional harm. That sympathetic nervous system is going to go into flight or fight. Now, that's a problem when it's happening all the time. Someone just asking you to turn the radio down, someone asking you to plan some dates, someone asking you not to throw things during the next argument. That shouldn't send you over the edge. But if your nervous system is out of whack, can you see how you're going to have perceived threats? And because you perceive that person as a threat to your ego or to your safety or to your ability to hold a marriage together or whatever, can you see how that flight or fight will just ruin your relationship? Now, how do we fix it? You have the parasympathetic nervous system. It's called rest or digest. That's why anyone that has a lot of stress typically has digestive problems and trouble sleeping. See, the parasympathetic nervous system calms you down. So it counteracts the sympathetic nervous system. It's what allows you to stay calm even under pressure. It allows you to be able to think and say, hey, are they just asking me to turn the radio down because it's too loud? Or are they coming at me like they can control and dominate me? You need that parasympathetic nervous system to relax you, family. You need it desperately. And so there are things I want to talk to you about right now, because maybe that's you. You're like, okay, what do I do about it, Doc? All right. That's me. I'm going off of my kids. I'm going off of my wife. I'm going off of my husband. I'm going off at work. And I don't want to do it. I've been through traumas. I've been through adverse childhood experiences. I've been broken up with by men or women, manipulated. Uh, you get it. You get it. Made to question your own decision making. So here's 7. I'm gonna give you 8. 8 ways you can increase your parasympathetic nervous system. Okay. All right. Number 1, reduce stress. All right. I don't really like to deal with stressed out people. I know you're saying the psychologist is different, but in my personal life, I don't deal. If you're stressful to me, I'm eliminating you from my life because I don't need it, because it's toxic. It's like secondhand cigarette smoke. Each exposure of stress has been shown to have the same impact as secondhand smoke on cancer. So stress leads to nervous system problems and taking years off your life. So the more you're around stress, the years it takes off of you. So you're just not that important to me if you're going to always be about stress. All right, number two, meditation. That's why meditation is so big, that you're able to relax and do the breath work. What does breathing do? It decreases your heart rate. What does decreasing your heart rate do? Kicking your parasympathetic nervous system, because it is relaxing you. That's why you're doing the breath work and the meditation, because you're calming down your mind, body, and soul, and helping strengthen your parasympathetic nervous system so you can calm down versus shut down or go off on someone. All right, every single time they say something. Three, massage. That's self-explanatory. Someone putting their hands on you and relaxing you relaxes your body, relaxes you physiologically, relaxes you even emotionally. So it helps to calm. That's probably my go-to. Number four, yoga. All right. If you want to have control over your mind and body, yoga, right? It's telling you to hold that pose, even though it's getting tough. Keep your mind focused on what it is that you're doing, holding that downward dog, holding that up that position, holding on to those blocks and ropes. It allows you to be able to stay calm, which is why yoga and meditation and massage. And you see Jason Wilson talk about this all the time, the author, Ben Cry is and battle cry rather talk about what yoga does to be able to relax you, and the yogis out there get that. All right, number five, nutrition. Avoid the sugars and the stimulants. All right, they're not gonna do anything but amp you up, and especially the drugs. All right, the things that hype you up, they're not gonna help you. You can anesthetize yourself with drugs and alcohol, but it's not going to help you to stay calm under pressure. And you not staying calm under pressure and exploding is going to hurt your relationships. All right. Number six, my favorite, exercise. You see so many just swear by exercise because it's like a neurological bubble bath for your brain, right? But what it's really doing is producing chemicals. One of them is endorphins that actually calm you down, which are pain relievers, so that you feel more relaxed. Your parasympathetic nervous system is in full go mode because you have spent that time relaxing your body. The chemicals that you need to exercise actually relax you, which is why a lot of people exercise. It's not just for vanity. They want to feel good too. So if you add exercise, you're going to be able to control your temper a lot more. Number eight, osteopathy. So, there are different procedures. You've heard of osteopathic medicine. And so it's where you're able to relax different parts of the body and structure. There's a whole science behind that, to where you can do certain things with the bones and facial expressions. And as people that smile more, you can feel better. All right. So read up on that or consult someone who specializes in that. And then number eight, sleep. Oh, this is a big one. All right. So we start talking about sleep. You can just mix an hour of sleep and you get paranoid, irritable, you get agitated. You get what y'all have been there. And if you're missing a lot of sleep on a regular basis, chances are that you are more irritable and your sympathetic nervous system, that flight or fight, is kicking off on a regular basis. Soldiers, police officers, firefighters, pilots, anyone that's sleep deprived understands that, y'all. So I hope this helps understand trauma in relationships, and that you go and get the help that you need to reduce your trauma. That's what therapy does, for you to be able to talk about what happened and for you to get distance from it so it doesn't affect you. Have you ever talked to someone about a trauma that was 5 years ago, and they talk about it and it's as if it's still happening? That's because you haven't talked about it to dissipate it, to bring it down, to get distance, to take the intensity away from it so that you can heal. That's how you have two people go through the same thing, and one person is healed and able to enter into a relationship where they're able to trust women or trust men, trust love, versus trying to control everyone and being narcissistic. And there's another person that's going to be narcissistic and lie, manipulate, and gaslight you to the end of time, right? They just don't want to go to counseling. They don't want to heal, and they don't want to get better, or they didn't know better. So I hope this helps y'all. Please if you want this sent to your email, you don't want to miss it, just simply text 22828 and enter Tartt to join my email list. And I'll send videos like this right to your email box and tell you about marriage retreats and certain things that I have when it comes to improving your mental health, relationships, and marriages. So I'm Dr. Tartt. Take care and God bless. And let's take care of your relationships by dealing with those traumas.